Yo, greetings, salutation, ladies and gentlemen. What it do? How's it going? And good afternoon. Konnichiwa and Kabawa. Gigidasiga, Minasa, and Ohio. Mr. Adventure here. Or just call me Mr. M.A. or Mighty Son. But welcome back into another reaction video at your service. What it do, guys? How's it going? I'm doing okay. It's just been a very slow day, but at least happy Monday to all of you. And I'm pretty sure everybody is working, etc. And it's just a little just slow, and I can understand that. And I just took a nice shower just to cool off. And at the same time, it's just blah. But it is that time for a DeathBattle episode because the new one just posted. It's called MacGarth Vs Alex Mercer, InFAMOUS versus Prototype. Now, I'm only gonna say I never did play the first and the second game from Prototype franchise, but InFAMOUS, oh heck yes, this was my all-time favorite. To the first game I played on when it came out to the PlayStation 3. I love it, and the fact that you shoot electricity and that you can float, and that you can hover in another matter of speaking of it, and you can just glide into the power lines and just absorb all electricity just to replenish your health. And the thing is that the best part about that, you can choose which karma that you want to go with, either having a bad or good. And they're always, and the game does come of the two alternate endings. And second one, that was even much better. And sadly, that there was no InFAMOUS 3. All we got is the spin-off, which is the second son. It was okay. I did enjoy it. But at the same time, I just wish that there would be InFAMOUS 3, just to say the least of it. But only time will tell if there is any plans from Sucker Punch. But why do these two have in common? Well, they have extraordinary super abilities and power likes, and that taking down of the adjusts, or basically of the corruption of the military, etc. That's what is likely about that. So that's a reason why these two are going to hate each other. And truth is that this is one episode that I've been hearing about that, and not once we haven't heard much of it until now, that is. So let's see if one of those two are going to walk out of here alive. So let's just take a look and let's see the results, and how is that going to be, featured, or where there's going to be some flaws for each of them from Cole to Alex. So let's begin. Let's take a look, but mostly time to react. Go.
Cole MacGrath, the patron saint of InFAMOUS.
Alex Mercer, the Blacklight Virus prototype from Prototype. That's right, champions. You voted for it, so we're finally doing it. Long after these characters were ever relevant. Oh, hey, look what I found in the trash. An old script we wrote for this very matchup way back in 2013.
Wait, we haven't emptied our trash in 10 years?
Okay, so
our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Better late than never.
With great power comes great responsibility. Tobey Maguire's not the only superhero who's had to learn that lesson.
Cole MacGrath was just your average delivery boy in Empire City, until one day he opened a package that exploded in his face.
This was the Ray Sphere, a device that, upon erupting, destroyed much of the city and tore through Cole at the atomic level,
killing him instantly. Nah, actually, he scooped up some superpowers. Cool, zippity-zappity superpowers.
More specifically, Cole became a conduit, one of many beings who were granted supernatural abilities from the Ray Sphere explosion,
which also turned Empire City into a godforsaken hellscape. This world needed a hero, or at least an anti-hero willing to clean up the mess he sorta technically made.
Cole put his powers to the test, battling rogue superpowered conduits, including the mastermind behind the blast, Kessler.
Let's be real, none of Cole's powers are as sick nasty as his parkour skills, but his ability to manipulate electricity is pretty sweet too.
Cole controls electromagnetic energy, Not only can he generate a smorgasbord of powerful lightning attacks, he can also manipulate thermal, kinetic, and gravitational energies. Electromagnetism is pretty broad after all. This includes his radar pulse, which detects the bioelectricity inside organisms even if they're hidden or transformed.
And for good measure, he got to add some ice powers to his kit. He can throw ice grenades, shoot ice spikes, and let out some epic ice farts.
He can levitate like Electric Iron Man, grind on rails like Shadow the Hedgehog.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That was so cool
charge
about
up
it.
with extra karmic energy, also like Shadow the Hedgehog, and generate force fields like
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But these aren't just force fields. They literally convert any matter they touch into energy that Cole absorbs. That's insane.
How's that?
Are you familiar with a little equation called E equals MC squared?
No.
Oh, well, it defines the mathematical relationship between matter and energy. Essentially, how much energy any given mass contains.
Okay, the largest mass object Cole absorbs is a 343-gram helicopter chain gun round.
Perfectly converting matter to energy is technically impossible, but hey, this is a video game. The mass contained in that bullet, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, would release an energy equivalent to over 7 megatons of TNT.
Whoa.
This means Cole's energy output is basically fueled by a nuclear reactor.
Okay,
so he's
now
like
that
a
I did
living
not know
super
about
bomb,
that.
always
I
ready
mean,
to go
it
up.
would make
Sounds
sense.
like my first ex-wife.
Should he somehow run low on energy, he can drain it from nearby appliances to recharge. He's even learned to drain the bioelectricity from people, like this. Yikes.
Cole can focus his electricity through his amp, a giant tuning fork which lets him ring around the Rosie to death. Or he can just make lightsabers out of his hands.
Yeah,
That's cool too.
that-
And
I
as he follows
forgot about
Pokemon
that-
rules,
the
Cole's
blade,
extra
the
resistant to
electro blade.
electric attacks.
With these powers, Cole chewed through Kessler's forces, including Sasha, whose black tar powers could infect and control minds.
And he eventually faced down that son of a bitch himself and pwned his ass, despite Kessler having his exact same powers. Coincidence?
Turns out the architect of Cole's misery was himself from an alternate future timeline, manipulating events from the shadows to ensure this version of Cole became a better hero than Kessler ever was.
Yeah, you see, Cole's superpowers are molded through his actions, increasing in power and utility based on how good or evil he acts. Naturally, as a good person, Cole shaped his powers to be more focused to target the bad guys. That's pussy shit! Evil Cole is way more awesome, son! He blows everything up! Collateral damage? Who cares? He can control fire! Well, that just happened.
Yeah.
Who wrote this shit?
The point is, Kessler's whole plan was meant to prevent the apocalypse, which would appear in the form of the Beast, a conduit of unimaginable power.
Cole is strong enough to create massive thunderstorms, fast enough to route electricity moving at 90% the speed of light, and maybe thanks to Kessler, tough enough to take on the Beast.
Which possessed the power of the Ray Sphere itself. It could regenerate at an atomic level and eradicate all of Empire City in a single attack. Fortunately, after a grueling battle, Cole defeated the Beast once and for all.
Though ultimately, it wasn't Cole's power that made him a hero.
In order to stop a plague created by the Ray Sphere, Cole sacrificed his life, eradicating the conduit genes and saving all of humanity.
Sure, he also killed thousands of conduits in the process, but hey,
And himself,
what's a few
yeah.
corpses when building a better tomorrow? This trolley stops for no one.
Cole was remembered as a saint by the people of New Marais, as a hero by the friends he left behind, and an inspiration to future generations. A true
that
testament
leads
to
to
the
the second
responsibility of power.
With great power comes
Again?
great responsibility. But not everybody's got an Uncle Ben to tell him that.
Alex Mercer woke up in hell. Manhattan Island was gripped by the horrific Blacklight Virus, transforming its citizens into terrifying monsters.
Alex had no memories. He was a man without a past, and maybe no future. But he did have one thing.
The Blacklight Virus can rewrite your cells all the way down to your DNA, and somehow it granted Alex incredible superhuman abilities. He can infect anyone he touches with this virus, altering their biology at the molecular level in seconds, and giving him complete control over their actions.
So Alex pushed on, desperate to avenge himself and the city by finding whatever monster unleashed this nightmare. Yeah, he can consume people to give himself a power boost. He's like Kirby, if Kirby listened to Linkin Park.
This
No.
extra biomass gives him
No,
superhuman
no,
strength,
no,
a greater
no,
metabolic
hell
rate,
no.
increased reaction times, and even a regenerative healing factor. Essentially, Alex is an ever-evolving super being, the ultimate being.
Oh, like Shadow the Hedgehog.
By consuming victims, Alex also receives all their memories and experiences, including Peter Randall, a 69-year-old man whose entire history Alex processed in just 11 seconds. Being able to condense that much information into that time frame means Alex can perceive events happening within 5 nanoseconds.
Which is about how long I was married to my second ex-wife.
Alex can shapeshift his body at will, creating disguises, increasing his muscle mass, and forming nearly unbreakable armor. And when he wants to kill someone, he can become his own weapon, turning his limbs into claws and blades, or generating countless tendrils that give him unmatched control over his environment.
With these goopy powers, he came up with a bunch of Street Fighter moves, like the air dash, the cannonball, the bullet dive drop, and the Hunter Dirt Nap. Pretty sure that was my third ex-wife's boyfriend's stripper name.
And after consuming enough people, Alex reaches critical mass and can unleash his evil slop in powerful ultimate attacks.
Like the Tendril Barrage Devastator. Oh, it's beautiful.
Despite being seen as the world's most wanted terrorist, fair, Alex used his powers to stop the spread of the virus and end the city's nuclear devastation.
It was then he learned the truth. He wasn't Alex Mercer at all.
He was the Blacklight Virus itself, which absorbed the memories and likeness of the real Alex Mercer, who was not only dead, but actually responsible for all of this in the first place. To decipher this, I recreated the Blacklight Virus myself, the most dangerous...
Why is it empty?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah.
So the man Alex was hunting the whole time was himself. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Turns out Dr. Alex Mercer helped create the Blacklight
so
Virus.
he's a doctor.
And when things didn't work out and he was about to die, he recklessly unleashed it upon the city.
What a petty SOB. What he didn't know was that the virus would merge with his sentience and memories and become a new Alex. How? Why? Don't question it, it's a nothing burger.
But is this mass of viral material that calls itself Alex actually human in any meaningful way?
The poor bastard sure tried to be. Too bad humans can be dicks, and everyone kept betraying him. Even the so-called love of his life, who shot him in the face. Whoa! So, Alex figured, obviously, humanity had to go.
Not just go, but be made better. Whatever goodness remaining with this Alex was left behind as he plotted to unleash a second Blacklight Virus, recreating humanity
And that would
into a
lead to
super
Prototype
species
2.
in his own image. Great power became great terror.
Classic anime RPG villain stuff. And he was strong enough to do it. Alex can casually tear buildings apart, dodge supersonic tank shells, and even defeated the Supreme Hunter, who was tough enough to survive a nuclear blast that would have leveled Manhattan.
Based on the blast radius given in-game, that's 450 kilotons of TNT.
Speaking of nukes, Alex survived one. His healing factor is off the chain. And after being blasted into paste, all he needed was the tiniest bit of himself to come back good as new.
His healing occurs at the cellular level, making him virtually impossible to kill so long as he keeps consuming.
But attempting to take over the world and kill millions of people pissed off a certain James Heller, a dude who had just had enough of his fucking weird, fucking rambling shit.
Who used the same virus powers to consume Alex once and for all.
Live by the Kirby symbiote, die by the Kirby symbiote. What,
Kirby
was Alex
symbiote.
just a virus after all? I mean, what's more human than the urge to conquer the world, drive its species to the slaughter, consume its raw genetic resources, and crown yourself king? Maybe the day Alex Mercer died was the day he truly became human.
Wow, that was intense.
Yeah, it was.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's
we
end
go.
this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay. So we're going to the 3D, yeah.
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one chic freak.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So much power, and yet you waste it on these vermin. You and I can change this world for the better. The only vermin I see here is you.
Big mistake, Alex. Big mistake. Let's go.
You don't want to give me your power. Fine, I'll just take it. Good idea.
Yes. Absorption. Electro absorption.
Sure isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
Yeet.
Oh, now I know where that script was in the trash. I had to hear someone say awesome sauce.
Both opponents were incredibly versatile and deadly, and both could match each other's powers blow for blow.
They could each create weapons, amplify their strength, and fight at range.
But could Cole survive Alex's infection? Well, Alex would usually need to weaken an opponent to get that trick to work. Even then, the Ray Sphere incident that created Cole's powers in the first place ripped apart everyone else down to the atomic level, and the Beast's attacks were capable of the same thing. Considering the Blacklight Virus only works down to molecular DNA, it's reasonable to say Cole would be able to resist it.
Sure,
Okay.
Alex could have potentially consumed Cole's biomass to give himself an edge, but Cole could just do the same thing to Alex, absorbing his bioelectricity to power himself back up.
Bioelectricity, yeah.
But
there we
nothing
go.
could challenge the gap in power.
Damn.
Everything Alex survived could simply not
Radar
match
sense
Cole's
the
force
counters
fields,
to
and
Alex's
especially not the power
disguises.
of the Beast. The blast the Beast created actually had a much wider
Has a better
radius than the
range
one the
of,
Supreme
options.
Hunter could survive. To compete with these foes, this means Cole was simply far more powerful than Alex.
Speaking of the Beast, Cole's ability to disintegrate it at the atomic level meant that even Alex's crazy molecular regeneration couldn't stand up to Cole's might.
Just like how Cole could overpower Kessler despite his resistance to electricity, or how he resisted Sasha's mind control powers, which were eerily similar to the Blacklight Virus.
But I bet you're wondering, what if Alex fought evil Cole instead? Well, it'd be even worse, because that Cole took the Beast's power for himself. That's good night for Angry Virus Boy.
Alex was a versatile, deadly opponent, but Cole's counters, speed, and raw power gave him the edge.
Alex got the Cole shoulder, just like this stupid script.
The winner is Cole MacGrath.
Alright, who's next? No. Yo! Really? Ah, shippy. Frieza versus Megatron. That's going to be for this coming month on October 9th. I can't wait to see that. Villain versus villain. Oh! Alright, aside from that, Cole definitely had a lot of options, especially with the electrokinesis, and that, well, which that you already know that he can shoot electricity, and uses the electric radar that could sense through of Alex's disguise, and the fact that he can resist from mind control, and especially for being absorption of the Blacklight Virus. So that's one reason that he had of ace in his hold, that being hold back, and that creating of the electric tornado, that's even more awesome to look at. And let's not forget that he can shoot the electric grenades to ice, and especially with the app and the electric blades, which that's the same as for Alex, is that he can just morph into anything, and control of his masses, and especially of sharp objects. But it was not enough to take down Cole, and yeah, he can heal as well, and that's one of the reasons that the electro bio absorption was of his trump card, that he could just absorb everything until that there is nothing but atoms. And yeah, what would happen if there was a bad karma for Cole? And it would be game over from the beginning, and he would be coming back for more. But overall, Cole wins this match, and this is the reason why that Infamous is still one of the best games that I ever played. And still, though, I just wish that there will be a third one, but I doubt this is ever going to happen. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. So if you guys enjoyed that episode, and I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of people that would have a different opinion how the outcome of the fight went. So I can't wait to hear what y'all thoughts about this. But at the same time, leave a like, and also, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Just leave a like, and also leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think of the fight was, and I can't wait to hear what if you guys. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Well, I think that's going to be it. But if you guys enjoy, only time will tell. Only time will tell. But if you guys enjoyed that episode, and I'm pretty sure that many people will have a different opinion how the outcome of the fight should have been, and I can't wait to see, and we could just simply have just a little chat. But if you guys did enjoy that, hit the like button, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. So stay tuned, guys, because there are more on the way. But until then, peace.